Welcome back to my channel, welcome back to me, welcome back to Thailand. How to read Thai here, hope you're doing well. So for instance, Semi is Thailand for Happy New Year. So it's Thailand New Year today. And so it's Songkran and Thailand New Year. So Thailand we have celebrate 3 New Years. Thailand's New Year, which is today. We have Chinese New Year. For instance, we check there's a lot of Chinese people with descendants to Thai Chinese, and also, for instance, we have the normal year. So, but today's Thai's New Year, so it's Soi DP Mai. If you want to learn a bit of Thai, Happy New Year. So I hope you're doing well. So, for instance, you can see me. I'm in a happier mood today. I'm all delighted because of the game yesterday. For instance, that was a good one, wasn't it? You know, like a lot of people say who says the Premier League's not entertaining. Yeah, absolutely amazing. I'm delighted. So I'm really happy about the result. I hope you can see me. For instance, I'm still in my little cubby hole. Again, for instance, it's a holiday, so a lot of people are at home here. The place is full of Thai people at the moment, and music playing here. There's a guy doing bits and pieces, and so I'm just hoping the kids don't come out and make a lot of noise as well, but it is what it is. It's when you happen to live in a Thai area, because they don't get what you're doing. And so for instance, when I walk around with Man City top on it, and it's not like they don't understand Man City, it's just that, you know, and yes, you crazy Falang. Anyway, so sorry about so here we go. So it was a hell of a game. At 2-0, I'll tell you something a little bit about myself. I'm born in a Cantaterian. I'm a Cantaterian, as it were, in the star signs, and that you're lying with the moon, and and it's typical. It's poignant because Manchester is for the blue moon. You know, storm is standing alone, tree from my heart. So, for instance, many times I used to walk out the Etihad and walk in, and in games, etc. For instance, and you see the moon at the flying over the Etihad in the centre of the pitch when I look up with the roof, and when I'm going outside, I look up and see the moon. I'll be sorry, cat. And I've always had a sense of feelings about the moon. I don't know what it is. Call me crazy. I know I probably am, but for instance, I just this is poignant. So yesterday, for instance, I knew that the moon was a pink moon, because it's a like it has a pink phase on it at the moment, and it's a full moon. So yeah, and I always thought the full moon was lucky for Manchester City. That's way before the blue moon thing started. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm a bit crazy, but this is what I'm thinking. So I was actually at 2-0, for instance. I was a bit naffed off, and I had made dinner, for instance, and I had my dirty dishes, and I was waiting, and I thought, and I'll just get up and I'll just go and wash my dishes, etc. For instance, I can't rather much in this crap, should I say? But no, I was, need a break, and so went outside. So I went out to wash my dishes, and I went out to close the back door. And when I looked up, and there was the blue moon. There was a pink moon. It was actually not the pink bit was gone. So it was just standard moon, but it's huge. And I looked up and oh yeah, lovely. And I just said, please, we need a win today. We need a win, and which we did. We needed a win. We needed points. So came back, etc. For instance, and the game was on, and Kevin De Bruyne got fouled, and for instance, we got a free kick, and the rest is history. So thank you, Blue Moon. So. Anyway, say what 3 points make you do City, friends. You make me so happy, so feeling without dream in my heart. And we're Jason McAtee, doing his backflip, and he was glad all over. We've got Pep Guardiola, yes, and to quote a song from our rivals, but no, absolutely superb. Manchester City 5. And Crystal Palace 2. What a hell of a game! 12:30 kickoff. Who said 12:30 kickoffs are boring? But and it was a massive game. But also, for instance, it had a massive game for the table, because North Forest at home against Everton lost 1-0 in the 95th minute by the size of it. What a game! Brighton 2-2 against Leicester. wow, Leicester scored their first goals. Who could have picked that? Leicester scored their first goals. It's just like, what? Yeah, so it's a strange one. And for instance, Aston Villa, with no surprise there. Yeah, so for instance, it worked out. So the table stands at the moment. Taking away the first two, you got Forest third, was a goal with 57. Man City 32, 57 plus 13 goal difference. Man City 32 plus 20 goal difference. Again, the Leicester, I thought when we didn't want to score 2 goals, getting 5, an extra 3 goal average. So it's 20 plus 20, 55, only 2 points behind Forest. Aston Villa 32, only a 3-point goal difference. Again, 54. Chelsea 31, 17, 53, and 7th were Newcastle 30 with 13 goal difference and 53. After that, I don't think Fulham, Brighton, and Bournemouth are in it, so I'm going to definitely count them out. So to get the top 5, Newcastle they're playing the Rags today, so see how they play. Chelsea, they're playing Ipswich. So, but again, after the Everton game, we got we got Villa, and then but the rest of it is quite fairly straightforward. Southampton, etc. Wolves, we should be able to beat these teams, but this is a massive 3 points, and just irritates me the fact that we could have done better against United and got that and made life a lot easier. But we're City. This is what we do. Typical City, But yeah, and but it does look better. It looks a lot better at the table now. And again, with Forest losing, and we always expected the other teams to beat Spurs, Forest to beat, and they're having a bit of a wobble. I don't know, maybe not. They said they got injuries, so it's good for the league FA Cup semi-final at Wembley, and City. Who knows? Yesterday could have been the dress rehearsal of the final. Don't think so. I think it'll be on Man City against Aston Villa, but we'll see. Anyway, but overall, brilliant, absolutely superb, great result. And the main man, Kevin De Bruyne, and we've said to him, no, you're not having another contract. Crazy! Are we crazy? I thought it was his decision, not the club's. But now I'm getting more and more confirmed that it's the club's decision rather than him not offering him a new contract, which is crazy, absolutely crazy. And I just think, Vince, we need to reconsider, because the guy can do it, and he's playing pain free. People say he's too old. People are too, young people don't seem to understand about older people. We can still do it. To me, I do run 20 kilometres every second day. I'm 60 years old. I've never been as fit now that I was at least 20 years ago. 110%. My God, I fly down, and it's 30 plus degrees out there, and I sweat a little bit, and that's about it. So just because you're a certain age doesn't mean you're old. Maybe carrying an injury or something, and to which Kevin De Bruyne has been doing so. But we've got to give him his due. And we need to reconsider and give him an opportunity to prove himself and give him another season at City, especially if we don't get Verts. Because it's all about getting Verts or getting a replacement for Kevin De Bruyne. Whereas there's no replacement, but getting Verts. But if we don't get Verts, who the hell are we going to get? Simmons? Who we get? So I don't know. So it's a big gamble. Anyway, so have a look at his stats yesterday. 1 goal, 1 assist, 60 touches, 27 accurate passes, 5 duels won, 5 touches in the opposition box, 4 passes in the final third, 3 chances created, most, 2 recoveries, 2 was fouled, 2 shots on target, 1 tackle, 1 hit the woodwork, 1 accurate cross, 1 accurate long ball. The guy was, he just turned around and said, listen, after 2-0, I'm doing it. I'm getting it. Just like he did against Aston Villa, we won the league. He took charge. I'm the captain. We're winning this game. And I thought, we were in the game. I thought we were in the game but the problem is, was what we all said going into the game was the fact that, for instance, we are not, for instance, we've got they are very, very good attacking flanks, and we didn't with the team lineup. I thought, and let's go pop to the lineup, etc. You know, was the fact that, for instance, that their forte. This is what they're going to do. They're going to tackle down the flanks, and they're going to cross the ball in, to which they did. And how we did not see it, why we did not make for instance, allowances for that. Okay, I don't know. But we got to ask the manager. But it was always there. And putting Nico Riley, and for instance, and Rico Lewis there was too much for me. I think you should keep newness there. You need somebody to to look after Eze. But anyway, so let's start with the lineup. So we had Ortega in goal, Ruben Dias, Nico O'Reilly, Rico Lewis, Jessica Gavalio, for instance, at the back, and then we had Kovacic, McAtee, Mamouche, Gonzalez, Ilkay Gundogan, and Kevin De Bruyne. For instance, so I think I was happy overall with the lineup, but I was worried because of the flanks, and I thought I was happy seeing Nico Gonzalez back, but I was unhappy with the fact that, for instance, we left Kuzanov on the bench again, but no, we should have and put in Rico Lewis. And then you got Eze, Rico Lewis. He's not even though I like Rico Lewis, but again, he's not a right winger where you've got a proper defender who can do a good job with Kuzanov. I just don't get it. I really don't get it. And he's fast and he can run with Eze. So we needed to stop that. Those attacks from the right. So yeah. So the stats of the game. So 68% City percentage. 32% Palace, no surprise there. We was always going to hold the percentage. 8 shots off target for City, 5 for Palace, 9 shots on target, and 3 for Palace. Okay, what does that tell you? So even though, for instance, we weren't putting the tops away, we were in the game, like Kevin De Bruyne says. 1 corner for City, 4 for them, 10, 8, 16 on fouls. 2-3 on yellow cards, 1-3 on offsides. But overall, for instance, we were definitely in the game. So, for instance, we had a lot of chances missed. Because we got the likes of Nico, Jason McAtee, for instance, he could have had a lot more chances and goals than what he did. But yeah. You've got so rather than going through the game bit by bit, for instance, because most people have watched the game, so for instance, and let me just go for the lineups of the players, and let me give my opinion, for instance, of the players, and then see how was that agree with people. Edison, I thought, for instance, and give his stat rating out of 10. 6 is in average. Anything below is above average. So Edison, I'm going to give him a 7.2. I thought his it was 7.5. I thought he was good all the way up to his taking off. It was substitute. I think he's got a groin injury. His stat he's got assist. He's got another assist. I think it was that 7. Someone said a 7 assists. He's got more assists than some Premier League players. For instance, but absolutely fantastic. Great assist to find McAtee. And he's going to be heavily missed if we're going to let him go. So, but I think he might have a groin injury. Some people say when he does the assist, etc., he hurts himself. So, but I don't know. I'm not too sure about that one. But I thought he was at fault a little bit for the first goal. Second goal, the corner could have done better. But I also, for instance, the red defense also did Diaz. And Ilkay didn't help him that much, and Rico. So yeah, overall defense against the corner was just pathetic. Ruben Dias didn't have his best games again. He's still not Ruben back to where he is, but he's what he does. Yeah, I'd rather have him in than out. His talking, his management, etc. Even though his playing is not great, I give him a 7. But off the ball as well. He's talking. He's probably to defenders, to Nico, what's it called, is helping, and Rico. So even though he's not playing his best, but I would definitely give him an opportunity. Nico O'Reilly, for instance, again, people are going to blame him for but I thought he was overloaded for the goals. I think he was overloaded, and we knew that was always, he was a young lad. So I saw his little turns and flicks, but I would worry. He didn't. He didn't. I don't think he disgraced himself at all. For instance, but so I'll give him a 7.5. But he's still he's not a left back. But yeah. Rico Lewis, I give him a 6. I thought he played average. Yeah, he had that header over the goal. He's always tenacious. He always tries to go. He always tries to push the game forward. But I think he's not a right back, etc. For instance, and he kind of like shown up a little bit by Eze there, for instance, for the second goal and the third goal, etc. For instance, I needed to do more. Rico Lewis, sorry, not Rico Lewis. Josh Garbadiel, I give him an 8. I thought, for instance, again, he's always looks sharp, always looks amazing, always looks impressive. What's it called when he plays. For instance, always looks commanded. Perfect. He's a brilliant centre back. He's not a right back, but he's definitely a centre back. So yeah. The music's playing. The ties are out. We're getting ready for Songkran. Yeah. So I can't complain about Josko. For instance, he didn't have any influence on. It wasn't his fault for any of the goals. Kovacic always looked better with a certain man in with Nico Gonzalez. He had a great goal. Was goal that put us in the lead 3-2. He scored. I think he scored more goals for. I think that equals his most goals ever in a season. So he's in his playing career. I thought he was good. He plays well. He does take on sometimes too many things. He's just I think he's an important player. I think like LB and certain other City fans want him gone. I think he gives us something. Yeah, if we have Rodri in, maybe he won't be the guy. For instance, he won't play every game, but he's one of these like cogs where you will probably, for instance, when he's there, he helps out. McAtee, for instance, should have had more goals, didn't, but he gets in the positions. So I'm going to give Jason McAtee. Kovacic, I'll give him 7.7. 7.5 for his goal. Jason McAtee, give him an 8. And the reason I'm giving him an 8 because he gets in the positions. His finish is not good. Could have a hat trick. But his goal he scored was brilliant. The way he didn't get control of the first ball, got the ball, went around the goalkeeper, for instance, and calmly, with under pressure from the defenders, got the goal to score. Got his goal, but at least he gets the opportunity. And at the moment, we don't have goal scorers, and with the likes of Erling Haaland off, we need people who can score a goal. So Mamouche going to help us with Kevin De Bruyne, but we need goal scorers. What was good yesterday? We had 5 different goal scorers yesterday, so that was good. Omar Mamouche, I'll give him a 7.7. I'll give him an 8. No, every time I see him get the ball, he's tenacious, he's hard-working. I like him on the left too much. I'd rather have him in the centre more than anything else because we need him more. For instance, but he's always seems to his goal is his 7th goal now. For instance, he scored a great goal, but ever since he always seems to want to do something. Great addition to the team. So I'll definitely give him an 8. It made a big difference. And Nico Gonzalez, again, I'll give him an 8. He took one for the team. He's a fighter. I think he's going to work great with Rodri when he comes in. But I think he makes the difference. He stays in that 6. He's and he makes the likes of Ilkay Gundogan and Marco Toffield look better. when he's in. Fast, he's strong, and yeah, love the guy. Absolutely fantastic. Ilkay Gundogan, 8 again. I thought every time he's in the game, he's for instance when Nico Gonzalez is playing, he's always looks better. He can do. I think he's got more freedom to think, to look up, to play the pass. Should have scored. Could have scored. Could have scored. I wanted him to get a goal before the end of the season at least. So, but he looks good again. He didn't play well against United, but then again, who did? Previous games against Leicester and previous game before that, what's it called? He looked good. And again, for instance, he look good again. He look good to them because he's playing the role which he's designed to do. And also, for instance, he's not playing. He had 6 days off. You know, against United, etc. He played. That was the third game. You know, which is ridiculous. And then you've got Kevin De Bruyne, 10 out of 10. You can't ask for anything else. You know, an absolute star. Should stay. After ESPN comments, you know, he touched there was a Man City badge and he just went up and touched it. He knows he clearly loves the club. He's so humble, a lovely person. I've met the guy a few times. Great family. Just you know, and I think we should reconsider and give him a chance to stay one more season. You know, just one more season, and then he can go. But if he goes off to a Premier League club or something like that, I'd be absolutely gutted. I heard, for instance, that stupid Don Hutchinson on ESPN today saying, "Oh, well, he could go to Liverpool. I know he loves Liverpool." Yeah. Sorry, Don. Who's your favourite team? You know, crap we talk about, but I'd hate to see him at anything like that. But no, I think we should definitely do whatever we can to keep him. Just give him another contract. You know, maybe he'll accept a reduced salary, but you know, just in case we don't get a burst. But overall, absolutely delighted with the result. What's it called? It's give me a bit more peace. Now Chelsea and Newcastle got, you know, really two straightforward games. I expect them to pick up the points, but we need this we need the FA Cup, but we also need Champions League. So yeah, 100% for the club, for its for the transfers, everything. So we need that Champions League spot. Anyway, guys, Olivia and Livia, sorry, can't. Ty's are getting ready for their songkran. They'll make a lot of noise. There'll be a lot of beep 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 beep. Water splashing. I'm going to see what I can do to let you participate. Okay, so sorry, Cap. I'm going to speak to you tomorrow. We're watching the ladies tomorrow. Oh yeah, I'll be watching the ladies today. It's about 10 o'clock tonight, 3 o'clock in the afternoon in the UK. Good luck to the ladies. Sorry, Cap. And I'll speak to you tomorrow. So, sorry, Cap from Thailand. Sorry, Cap from me. Sorry, be mine. Take care.